Hello, and welcome to episode 30 of the Knitting Annihilator podcast. My name is Akira Green Bonner. I'm married, and I love to say my whole name because I'm a green girl, I'm a Bonner girl, I'm Akira Green Bonner, and I'm coming to you from my awesome home in Adamsville, Alabama, where I live with my amazing husband and my beautiful baby boy, Aiden, who's with his grandparents today. He may be coming in as I'm recording. Hopefully this isn't an hour, but you never know. So, with his grandparents, I figured I could get a podcast in. I think it's 2 weeks when you don't record 1 week, and then I'm still figuring that out. I usually record on Sundays. I don't know what happened yesterday. I think I was just chilling. Yeah. Wait, today's Tuesday, isn't it? I don't know what happened on Sunday, but I decided to record today. So you can find me on Instagram as knitting_annihilator_. I am also on Ravelry as KiraGreen95. We also have a podcast for the group. I'm trying to make sure my clothes fit properly. We also have a podcast for the group, the Knitting Annihilator podcast group. Join in there, become a member. I did go in there today. We do have 19 members. I don't know if that's new or old, honestly, but thank you, all 19 of you that wanted to join. We may have something coming up if I get the courage to do it. So just keep looking out in the group. Yeah. So today is June 26th. It is 8:30 in the morning. I am up. I have been up since 6 something. My body just naturally wakes up. And I am on a little knitcation, so I'm enjoying that. So I'm having fun there. So yeah. It's hot. Not in here, but out there. It's hot. But that does not stop me from knitting or any knitwear or anything like that. So yeah, I have a lot to show you today. Some knitting, some crochet, finished objects, works in progress, all that stuff. Or how we call it over here, my victories and my battles and all those things. And my kryptonite. So we can go ahead and get started because I think I'm just rambling at this point. So I do have 2 finished objects, but I've already gifted one. So last podcast I was talking about making ear warmers for my men, and I did that, and I did finish before Father's Day, and here it is. Oh god, I love this color. So this is I actually wrote show notes today. 30 podcasts in, and I write show notes at 30. Okay, anyway. It is called, this pattern is on YouTube, and that's, like I stated last podcast, that's how I found most of my patterns back then, because I was a self-taught knitter on YouTube, didn't know anything about Ravelry, so I used to look up how to make stuff on YouTube, and this is how to make ear warmers / headbands by the Pattern Family. And that's what this pattern is. I think if I can get fancy, I can link the video in the doodly-doo down below for you. Pip pip de doodly-doo. Oh god. I've pumped like an hour ago. I'm starving. My head is everywhere. Anyway. So this is the ear warmer that I knit for my husband and my dad. My dad was so excited to get this. So I'm so grateful that they love it. Part of me wants to block it so I can get this roll thing to stop doing that. But I don't want it to lose its stretchiness. Or like the form that it's in now is like perfect. I put it on my head, my husband put it on his head. It's great. So, yeah. And the colors that I used are also very special. Not only was this the first pattern I ever made my dad, I made him a hat, but he loved the ear warmer. But the colorways are Hippo for Dad is the speckled color. So all this green and blue that you're seeing, that is Hippo for Dad. And then the gray, like how you see in right here, is Coal Miner's Daughter, because my dad's a coal miner. Haven't said that in so long, and it feels so good to say. Oh, yeah, so that is Coal Miner's Daughter right there. So yeah, that is 2 victories that I had in 2 weeks. And I got these done in 4 days. Like a boss, because I'm a superhero. I keep trying to tell y'all. Get it together. And the scenery for today is my Namibia shawl by Tammy Gore. Love this pattern, making it again. Stay tuned for that. Alright, so now we can go on to battles that I am currently trying to conquer. And I'll start with this one first because I have a lot of notes on the other one. So I did say I had crocheting. So I was in between patterns for the Father's Day gifts and what I'm working on now. So instead of casting on something else knitted, I said, why not work on my granny stripe blanket? When you guys see this, you're going to gag. Seriously. I am in love with this thing. I didn't think I was going to like this. If you go a couple podcasts back, not a couple, probably like a lot of podcasts back. If you go back, you'll see that I was so hesitant to start this. And Yarnin for Nene, she got me and she was like, girl, just start it. And I was like, you're right. So I started it and I hadn't crocheted on it in a long time until I dawned on me, don't cast on anything, just work on something old. And this is something old. So, okay, I do have a, okay. I'm trying to make sure I don't lose my little. Alright, so this is, oh crap. How do you show crochet stuff without losing this thing? You know what you do? You put a stitch marker in it like Kalisha does. Duh, Kira. Anyway, alright, so this was where I left off. There we go. So from here down was where I left off. So this is what I have now. Maybe I should unravel it first. Okay, there we go. So this is a huge blanket. I chained enough to cover my bed. Yeah, chained enough to cover my bed. Which means I might be working on this for a long time, but I love that. I learned that I love that because when I just didn't have anything, I picked this up. Or when it's 1 o'clock in the morning and your almost 5-month-old son doesn't want to go to sleep and you don't feel like thinking, because I'm doing a test knit, so I have to kind of think on that. So when you don't feel like thinking, this is right by my bed. Some of these colors mean so much to me. I know this, I want to say, nope, I'm not even going to lie to you. I know this is Lolo Did It. This little stripe here. Oh, it's getting blown out because it's really bright. But that's okay. But this little stripe here is Lolo Did It in Pretty Little Zombies. That was my first ever, like, Lolo Did It, like, indie dyed yarn. Yeah, and then up here I got some Homespun House, and that's the color that I'm working on next is a Homespun House. But these up here, if you get into like this part, I'm not even looking to see if you can see. If you get into like this part, these are actually minis from my homies. So Danielle, you're in there. Kalisha, you're in there. So that's what's gonna make this all the more special when I wrap up in this thing. Like, Kalisha hand-dyed this purples. I love how I'm pointing at this purple and like there's a lot of this purple in that section. But this right here, Kalisha dyed that for me. And where is that gray? This gray right here, Kalisha dyed that for me. I'm gonna cry. But yeah, I'm just gonna start from the beginning because I love it so much. But yeah, so this is how much I have so far. It is pretty much at pillow status right now, which makes me super proud. I'm in love with this thing. And it just makes me want to buy like all the minis to keep going. But I don't have to buy minis right now because I have so much yarn. And I have so much scraps. Trust me. I'm good for right now. Once I, So this is where I left off. So I actually will keep a progress keeper because I might work on this more. Especially in times to come. Because I have a lot going on in future battles. Or upcoming wars. Oh, that's a good one. In my upcoming wars section. Oh, but look how pretty this is. This is like a blue-purple section. And then, like, you never know where the colors are going to land or what they're going to look like when you put them in. So I'm excited to get some of this darkness down here. And then this is, this is in the Namibia shawl, and this was cashmere, so I'm excited. I also have other minis in here. I have some DK weight. I have some worsted weight. I have a sleeve for what you're going to see later on. So, in love with it. Now, who's going to wrap this back up? I don't know. So right now, it's not getting wrapped up. And I am using a 2.5 millimeter crochet hook. I got it off of Amazon. Maybe podcast back it might be there, but I don't crochet that much, so it may not be. But yeah. 2.25 crochet hook. This is like a clay handle. So yes. So that is one battle that I am working on. I need a cookie break. Sorry. I have some Oreos and some milk here. Like I said, I'm totally starving. What are you guys snacking on right now? I'm snacking on Oreos. And milk. I don't think you can snack on milk, but I am. Okay. So the next battle is a test knit for Tammy Gore. I love test knitting for Tammy. Like, I feel so inspired by her. And for some reason, I feel so powerful. Like, oh yes, I'm test knitting for one of the best. So, this is called the Milu shawl by Tammy. So, a little backstory on this one. So, I told Tammy that I'd start it once I finished my dad gifts. So I did start it on the 16th. Started on the 16th. Got section 1 completely done. I only had 2 colors. I needed a third one. Went to my local yarn shop. I bought one, but I hated it. I was like, I don't like this color for the shawl. And you'll see why in a minute. Don't like this color for the shawl, so I need to exchange it. Lost 2 days of knitting because I can get to the yarn store. And I was like, I'm not going to continue to knit it, and I don't like this color. So finally, I got to the yarn store, got the color I wanted, along with other things, and I picked it back up. So this is progress, even with missing 2 days of knitting. Yeah, 2 days of knitting. And here is what I have so far. It is a DK weight shawl. I am using worsted weight because that's what I had in my stash. And this is what I have so far. So this green was going to be oh, wow, that's magical. This green was going to be replaced by like a mustardy color, so it's something kind of like this but like lighter, and I didn't want that. I love dark colors because I'm a chocolate mama. So yeah, so this is what I have so far, and you may recognize this colorway because yes, this is Hippo for Dad. Kira, why are you knitting Hippo for Dad for yourself? Because I had so much of it. When I changed my plans not to make the hat, those two headbands came out of that one skein. So I was like, oh no, I bought too much Hippo for Dad. What am I going to do? So I'm actually going to knit my mom a headband with the remainder of the Hippo for Dad that I used for the dad gifts and a shawl for Kira. So now we're all going to be matching, which is so cute. Yeah, so this is Hippo for Dad and Coal Miner's Daughter. And this green is Barocco Ultra Wool, 100% superwash wool. And the color is 3343. So yeah, I did not want a light color in there. So let's talk about this. So this pattern has stripes and color work and some texture stuff going on right here. Okay, so this is my first time ever doing color work, and this was the best pattern to use for color work for what I have coming up in my upcoming wars. So this is what I have. So what I'm learning about color work is that one, you have to have a loose gauge, tension, loose. Hold on. Tammy describes it really well. Good tension for your floats. So what I feel in my spirit is I don't know if I'm going to be a color work knitter because I'm an anxious knitter and I knit tight because I have anxiety and I like to pull my needles tight, pull my yarn tight, my stitches, because I'm scared they're going to fall off. But I feel like I practice good tension. Here are my floats. You can tell me if those are good or bad. I have no idea. I don't know what good floats look like or bad floats look like. But here are the floats in the back. And here's what it's doing in the front, which is super cool. They look like little buildings or towers or something. There we go. They look like little towers. Yes, please pay attention to my chest. They look like little towers. But it feels like 3D knitting because like it's bunching up because you have to have good tension or something. Something about when you block it, this will get better. So I'm trying not to judge it. Because if you look up close, like it looks bunchy. Like little worms in my knitting. But apparently that's going to get better. I was watching a podcast, I think it's called Squirrel Productions, and she was saying how much she hated color work knit flat because you have to purl, you know, the colors. And oh Lord, someone lost their wallet. You have to purl flat, which I don't mind because I'm a stockinette junkie. So purling for me is like, it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, oh, my mom hates that. Don't start that. So purling for me is ain't nothing to it but to do it. So I just do it. So yeah. First color work. Me personally, I think it went well. Here's my floats again, because I said that like 5 times. I think I practiced good tension, because when I stretch it out, they do go down. So I'm not too worried. I'm always nervous about something. So yeah. So this is my shawl. So this is work within, I started on the 17th. This is like 9 days in. And the deadline is Saturday. So I think I'll have it done by Saturday. Because I finished the color work row. Now I'm just to the other row. Yeah. So I'm just working with my other colors. But yeah, I love it. And I'm going to wear the crap out of this. Now I know what you're thinking. Got some Slytherin going on in here, don't you, Kira? Let me stop you there. Because I'm not a Slytherin. I am a Ravenclaw. No one believes that. But I have the Pottersmore. I have that quiz to prove it. And you can't take it twice. So, I'm a Ravenclaw. I'm accepting it. I feel that in my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Luna Lovegood was off. I am a bit off. So, that is making sense. And I have this in my Lila Styles bag. A funny story if you don't follow me on Instagram. I actually knit while I pump. I knit, watch podcasts while I pump to make the time go by. And yesterday, it was yesterday. Yesterday, I felt something wet on my body and I was like, what's happening? I overflowed the bottle. And not only did I leak on my pants, on my new couch, I leaked on the side of my bag. I think it dried up. I mean, I'm gonna wash it, of course. But yeah, I leaked on my bag as well. Didn't get on the yarn. Don't know how I did that. But yeah, I leaked on my bag, which is crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of green in my life because green is the way of life. Because I'm a green girl. Oh, I am so excited. I'm so excited about fall. I have all this stuff that I've made and I'm just so excited to wear it. Like I said, I wear knit year round because I work in an office. I'm excited. This is so fall-y. It's got like all kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's my Milou shawl by Tammy Gore. Because I'm a Tammy Gore whore. I am awful. Okay. Now we can go into kryptonite. And I have so much of it. I have to check my couch for someone's wallet. Okay. Alright, so I'll start. Since we were talking about Ravenclaws and all that stuff, I will go ahead and start with this. So Bad Wolf Girl Studios had kits for the Namibia shawl. I love the shawl so much. She had kits for it, and they were House Pride kits. So of course she's knitting one, and it feels Gryffindor-y. It's Gryffindor inspired. So of course, I had to get the Ravenclaw inspired one. I like my babies when my baby's not here. So I got the Ravenclaw inspired one. These don't have colorway names. They're just this. So yeah. So what I'm going to do, drop that. This is going to be the Namibia, because it only calls for 3 colors. This is going to be the Namibia. And then I'll have a sockhead hat. And then I'll have an outfit. Oh, I should make a blue sweater. That's too much, Kara. Is it? We'll see. I look like something weird when I do this. Am I thinking? What is it? Okay. So sockhead hat and then the Namibia. Blue looks good on me. That's why I'm a Ravenclaw, because I look great in blue. Duh. But yeah, so I got that. And then I told you guys that I did buy a sweater's quantity of yarn. and it was for the Beekeepers Knit Along, the Knit the Sweater in 4 Days thing. I actually don't know if I'll be able to do that one because I'm starting other knit alongs, like Conquering Fear knit alongs. So I'm probably going to save this yarn for something else. But here it is. It is Lolo Did It on her Whole Lotta DK base in the color Bourbon. This is probably going to be an everyday sweater for me. I love the colors. Go great with the Namibia shawl. Will go great with some blue. Will go great with some green and gray. You know what I'm saying? So I'm probably just going to make a simple everyday cardigan out of this. But I love this. Yeah. So that is my kryptonite that I have. I totally went out of order. So we're going to come back and do upcoming battles. So I am joining 2 knit alongs. And by joining, I am assuming like seriously joining. That is milk. Yummy. So, joining 2 seriously joining 2 knit alongs. And one of them is the Color Me Cozy knit along with Legacy Fiber Arts. And they're doing colorwork sweaters. So I went ahead and did something that I said I was going to do a long time ago, but never got around to it because I was pregnant and I'm just kind of knitting on everything that's already recent, that's already in front of me, just kick it up and go. But I went ahead and did it. So if you look at some past podcasts, like while I was pregnant, I was knitting the Featherweight cardigan by Hannah Fettig. And by that time, I was about 8.5 months pregnant. I didn't feel like knitting a sweater. I was sick of the Featherweight cardigan. I didn't want to do the long sleeves. That's how I know I'm sick of something. I hate short sleeve cardigans. So the fact that I tried to do a short sleeve cardigan and accept that, totally out of character. So I frogged it. I frogged the whole thing. Find the other ball. Frogged the entire thing. So in my hands is the Featherweight. And I did some stripes in my Featherweight, so that's why there's all these balls of stripes. I thought there was another ball in here. I guess not. Wait, 1, 2, 3. I know there was another ball in here. Oh, there they are. Hiding in the corner. So yeah, this is the Featherweight cardigan. So I frogged it, and what I'm gonna do is join the trend when it's trendy, and I'm gonna make a Zweig sweater by Caitlin Hunter. I'm gonna do it. I'm not backing out. The yarn is in here, the needles are in here. And of course I'm using this bag because this is You Sew and Sew, and this is Lamb Strings yarn in the colorway Voodoo, and this is Bad Wolf Girl Studios in the colorway Silence in the Library. So yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm not backing down. Am I nervous? Absolutely. But the color work on that shawl kind of introduced me to it, so I'm kind of in the know about color work, so I'm not going in it too new. But I'm also scared because of the girls. This is my first pullover shawl, and my chest has usually been the reason why I won't do a pullover shawl, because I don't do well with measurements. I'm more of the cast on whatever the pattern says and go. So we'll see how the girls react when I put the sweater on. And it better fit, because I'm gonna work hard on it. Y'all better behave. That's all I'm saying. So that's my first upcoming war. My next upcoming war is the exploration station. So I did... I know I got that exploration station kit from Legacy Fiber Arts, and I said I'm going to do something completely different with it. Probably not even going to do what I said I'm going to do with it. Don't even know why I make those claims that I'm going to do whatever with it. But these you can hold me accountable to, because they're in a bag with needles. I'm going to start them. So that's why I have to finish my test net. But I'm going to make the exploration station. So, Legacy Fiber Arts, because I'm all over the place. I had bought the Legacy Fiber Arts kit. But I said to myself, when I think of Stephen West, and I think of patterns like the exploration station, I can't just do green. I can't do green and gray. That pattern is very loud and extravagant. So, went through my stash, and I was so happy and pleased to find that my February Yarn and Charm Club from a Homespun House is the color that inspired me. Because look at how it's pretty loud. See, like, what is this stuff? Right? Pretty loud and proud. So, here's one color. And then I went through my stash and saw that I had some Maddie Tosh that I hadn't used yet. And I've actually used this color before in a Stephen West shawl, so I guess it's just drawn to me. I'm trying to fix the cake. Okay. So then there's this color, and this is Methanol Blue by Madeline Tosh. Okay, great. Then I went and bought this color, which is Old Rusted Chair hand-dyed yarns in the colorway Orchid. So I started off great. So I saw this, I was like, yes, this is perfect. And then I bought this, which is Madeline Tosh in the colorway Cosmic Silver. I'm gonna go exchange this. Not filling this with what I have going on. So I think I'm going to do like maybe a hot pink. I have a hot pink. So maybe I can, I'm still gonna go return that though, because I don't really want that. Yeah, hot pink would be perfect with this. And I have a hot pink from another Legacy Fiber Arts kit. I should just stop buying those things. So a hot pink. Maybe I'll go get it. Let's go get it and see how it works. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh. Okay, guys, I'm back. Okay. Yes. Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Because this even balances out all the pinks. Yes, this is it. And it's awesome that only one of these was a kryptonite, but the rest of this was stash. See, I'm doing good. Oh yeah, that's it. So this is a Legacy Fiber Arts colorway. This was the kit that they were doing when Sue made her So Faded sweater. Right? Yeah, that's what it's called. The So Faded sweater, where it had like, she had green to green to pink. And I said, no, I'm not making that. I'm gonna make something else with it. And here I am, making something else with it. Oh, I love this. Oh yeah. This is it. So I'll be returning that Malintosh. See, this is why you podcast. This is why you make a podcast. Sure, you only have 100 subscribers, but it's not about that. It's about you, boo. And making decisions and stuff. If I didn't have you guys, how would I have came to that conclusion? Thank you. So yeah. That's gonna be my expiration station. And I'm gonna have the needles once I finish my test knit. My test knit is on a size 7. The expiration station calls for a size 6. I just need the cord because I have interchangeable needles. But this is the bag that I'm going to keep it in. That is also kryptonite. And it says fabulous. But come on, you can't tell me this doesn't remind you of Stephen West. He is fabulous. So yeah, so those are my upcoming wars that I am so excited about. Yes, so that is pretty much all I have for crafting. So now I can get into, I don't know what to call that. I'll call it round table talk because I feel like superheroes sit at a table and talk about strategies. So we'll get to round table talk. And this week, Kalisha asked me to talk about my theater days. I feel like I only have like 2. Okay. I feel like I only have 2 followers. Because I only talk about Kalisha and Danielle. So, it's fun. But anyway. My theater days. So, when I was younger, my biological mother didn't really want us to get into extracurricular activities. I don't know why. We just didn't do a lot of it. So, when my dad met my mommy, my stepmom, who is the love of my life, my dad met my mommy, she introduced us to extracurricular activities. So the first extracurricular activity I ever did was softball. And I loved softball. That was so fun, so awesome. Loved it. When I got to high school, I took a theater class. Fell in love with it. And then on top of taking theater class, my uncle is an amazing actor, dancer, singer. So that plus that is a lie. So I love theater. The first musical I was ever in was called Once on This Island. And I was in the ensemble. That's where I love to be. Because believe it or not, you're on the stage more if you're in the ensemble. So I love being on stage. I've always loved to sing, dance, entertain. When I was younger, I was a praise dancer when I went to church. So that's probably where the love started. So yeah, I've always loved theater. So that was my freshman year. Yeah, freshman year of high school. My first ever theater production. Loved it. So of course I did theater going all through high school and all that stuff. So when I got out of high school in 2014, I figured I would not, do any more theater because now I'm an adult, you know. So then my uncle let me know that a director friend of his had a musical coming up, and I decided to audition, and the audition was awful. It was a rocky audition. My song was awful. Couldn't find a note to save my life. It was awful. So I had to end up singing a completely different song that ended up getting me the part. That and my acting. I'm okay. You know, I'm pretty good, I guess. So with the singing audition and the book read, I was able to get cast. And not only was I cast, I was actually a part of like the supporting actors, which was dope. Loved it. And I took it so seriously. I've learned that with working with like kids or like adults that, you know, have a job and don't really care about theater, sometimes they won't take it as seriously as like somebody that finds it like as a passion. And I'm really passionate about anything that I do. Look at all the yarn I buy. So, yeah, so that was my first show outside of high school. And I was so excited. Backtracking, I actually went to a theater camp one year, and they did High School Musical, and I was Sharpay. How? I don't know. But they loved it. I was told I was really great. So, yeah, so those are my theater days. Now I just go to the theater and watch in awe and in amazement and a little bit of envy because I love being on stage. It is so amazing. Love it so much. But yeah, so that's my theater life. And I don't have anything coming up this week. I'm just knitting and working and knitting. I'm off until Thursday. So I'll be knitting my little patuki off today and tomorrow. I mean, I knit my patuki off anywhere I am, so. Okay. And I think that is it. Yeah. Well, that's all I have for you today. So thank you so much for joining me. If you liked what you saw, definitely give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Join the Alliance so that way we can take on this world with our crafty passions and make it a better place. And have a good day or night whenever you're watching this. And happy knitting, spinning, crochet, weaving, looming, anything that makes your heart happy. All that stuff.